morning, my AKA Padders. Peter A. DeLuca here, AKA you. What is up, my AKA Padders? Peter A. DeLuca here, AKA the Eclectic One, AKA PAD, Peter Anthony DeLuca, the World Sketchbook Champion, creator of comic books and all kinds of other things. IT professional, that's my day job. My day job's not this, thank God. Alright, so I thought we would back it up a little bit. Back that thing up a little bit with today's morning video. I don't want to talk about cartoonist kayfabe. I don't want to talk about Robert Kirkman's clear Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme, rug pull, a little bit of both. I thought I would finally, before January was over, go through 2022 sketchbook review. Now, this is one of the reasons why I call myself the Sketchbook World Champion, because I really don't feel like people, anyone out there, they might make one or two, but consistently make and produce sketchbooks the exact way that I do it, or the way that I do it, with the frequency, with the love, with the consistency. So, a lot of you out there are finding me and this channel for the very first time because we've been growing. And, it's good to do these introduction episodes every now and again. I thought we would just sit down over there, have a quick look, and, and then wrap this baby up. But first, before we do that, we have to hit... Here we go. Sketchbooks are right here. They have their own shelf next to the Bo Jackson signed football and baseball. What? And TB12 over here. AKA Padders. This is a year's worth of work. I'm so happy to have you all joining me at a table for once, other than my production room desk. Always use coasters. Always use high quality coasters. Don't be cheap on coasters. Get yourself some good ones. Alright, so there's two ways to go about this. I can go through each book here, and just show it off, tell you what the theme was, tell you about where it came from, what my intention going into the book was, how I felt coming out of it, and then hitting the drawing table for maybe a little bit of a quick flip through. Maybe we'll do that, but let's just see how this goes, and we'll decide at that point. Number one, first up. Well, as of right now, we're celebrating Stainuary, right? So this was the beginning of it. This is Stainuary year one. This is the Sketchbook Challenge created with Justin Ori, who's an AKA Padder. And this year, well, for the first year, inaugural year, I decided to make my own comic. So this is a do-it-yourself comic, complete front and back, even inside covers, and that's the Peter A. DeLuca AKAPAD difference when it comes to sketchbooks. We do cover to cover, inside and out. June 2, did I say that right? June 2, 2022. This year we were inspired by Lilu and Stitch. So I wanted to apply Stitch to as many different characters as possible. I mean, this is a deep cut. This is Stitch as the carrier monkey from the movie Outbreak, one of my all-time favorite movies, well, virus movies, and fantastic book too. I love that book. Here we have Stitch as the spirit. So we went through the prompts and we just found prompts that would fit Stitch. So here, fast food, Ronald McDonald. So look, a lot of fun with this. This one was super quick. I believe I did this one in just about 1/2 of a month's time. It's hard for me to keep track how long some of these take, because some of them do go over a month. But this one was a ton of fun, just because, I repurposed, if you guys can see, I repurposed, a notebook. This is just basically a notebook. I got this for about $3 at Primark. It came with a 3-pack. I got 2 more of these, by the way. The Sketchbook Challenge, of all Sketchbook Challenges, the most famous one, at least, Inktober. So this year, I was between themes and directions, but I wanted to do kind of everything in these portrait shots. And they're almost like twin shots. They were all supposed to have red on them. You know, I kind of still have to go back and finish it. I wanted it to be a little bit unfinished, but I also, again, wanted it to be landscape. The back here too, we have pretty cool, the horror icons. But this sketchbook too, freaking so much work because I had to spray paint everything white. Like inside and out. Like here, we got King Crystal Lake right there. But the theme for this one is white, black, and some red. So we still gotta go back and add some red to it, but I signed off on this. This sketchbook too, about 1/2 month's worth of work. March of Robots 2022. This is where I wanted to do the history of the GoBots. I enjoyed this one so much, just because we were rocking and rolling for the first time with the Five Below markers, and this is a complete Five Below set. Five Below sketchbook, Five Below colored pencils, but it's GoBots, and we go right into the Rock Lords right here. So it is somewhat of a complete history of that toy line, but we got some really cool, like these are the bases. This is the GoBots base, and that's the Renegades base, if you're familiar with those play sets. But nothing but a ton of fun. Like, honest to God, love this one so much. And usually a lot of times, like towards the end, I'll do you know, like a appendices, and I'll document my art direction. Because every single sketchbook does have different art direction, it has different goals. You know, and also because it's a sketchbook, different execution. This sketchbook was a couple years, over a decade in the making, but it's my Extreme Studios, Rob Liefeld and crew sketchbook. This paper, this is a recycled paper, recycled everything, and it held up throughout the years, and it held up so well because my original like drawings, like here. Yeah, I went back and reworked them, added more color, added more highlights, added some splatter here and there, just so it kind of would fit in tone with the rest of the book. But my idea for this one was to think less and act. So whenever I got like impulsive ideas, I just did them. I just wanted the extreme characters to be portrayed in ways that we're not 100% familiar with. This is Heavy Metal Supreme's first like superhero group, and and that took a while. I had to research that because, you know, I got rid of my comic book collection a couple years ago, and I don't have any Supreme comic books other than a Ash Paint, and a lot of this was done from memory. You know, Lord Chapel here. I had that trade paperback, the Supreme Extreme Apocalypse, but this one too, like the Cyberpunks, took me forever to research because I remembered Rob Liefeld's sketchbook work or concept work that was in like the letter section for a couple Extreme books. Completely forgot the title of the book though, and that took a while to research. Maybe like the most important, because again, we're highlighting forgotten history, but when it comes to this guy, everything's re-explored. But I grew up during the Jack Kirby like rediscovery phase of the comic book world, where everyone was on Jack Kirby's side. And well, this is my first die cut sketchbook, and I wanted this one to be vertical, and we did profiles, like, you know, almost like a who's who, but we did almost like character studies of color, shape, proportions, and this one was a lot of fun just because, again, another home run from Five Below. Five Below sketchbook, amazingly high quality paper here, insane. You know, we have a quote from Kirby on the back. I try and make the Jacktobers a little bit more intricate when it comes to like the history of the characters. I really like to highlight the characters. Some of them are unknown. So, you know, there's different ways within the theme of the sketchbook that I use to explore, you know, aspects of the character we may not have seen before. This one, oh, that's from This is June 2021. That's not this pile. And then I guess to like wrap it up, right? We have Thy Kingdom Come, more watercolor, but this was going to be my impressions of every single WrestleMania entrance by one Triple H, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And there were so many of these that were challenging. Larger scale sketchbook 2. And again, a lot of research had to go into if we were doing these right. Here's all the WrestleManias listed. Again, we do, this is the only one that doesn't have a contents page. We put the contents in the appendices. But we really did like to highlight the entire history. Had to spray paint this front and back. I still need to do a little bit more work for the cover because the spray, it took months for the spray paint to kind of get that matte finish that I was looking for, and I was a little bit too anxious to wrap this baby up. So that's that. But anyway, yeah. So these are the sketchbooks of 2022. How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. I always feel like I have to recount them. 4, 5, 6, 7. I thought I had 8. But okay. AKA Padders here. A little bit of a shorter video. Let me see. Like, I don't know who. If you know anyone that commits to sketchbooks, and I'm not saying that there's not individuals that do. Just I see plenty of them. A lot of art accounts are dedicated only to sketchbook work, but I'm talking about individual themed design, as I call it, design sketchbooks. If there's anyone out there doing something similar, let me know below. Anyone that regularly does sketchbooks, also let me know below. I don't know. I feel like I want to build a sketchbook coalition, a sketchbook AKAPAD army, and have us all do things all year. All right, people. Yeah, I guess that's it. Maybe we'll do another highlight, bigger video at the drawing table down the road. But hey, thanks for joining me, AKAPAD here. Subscribe, support. I love you. Get yourself some morning coffee.